saw Pure playing carry all the time, and now everybody's willing to play a carry because of how flexible that first pick hero is. And here it is, the Magnus, another hero that just hasn't seen a ton of looks. Some teams would love to pick up a Rubik right next to it. What do you think? What's the proper response to a Magnus now?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, there's no SD in the pool. I would say that is a pretty good one, but no battery. Yeah, the Rubik is that choice is something you can do for sure. I mean, it's not the most popular hero, though.
Right.
I'm surprised it's taking so much time.
Rubiks.
Yeah, sorry, go ahead.
I was gonna say sometimes first pick Rubiks can get a little bit weird because any initiation in Rubik feels very sad, and that's still very prominent in the meta. So Phoenix, like this, you have Sunray for the heal. It creates some objective that now you have to focus on instead of these RP'd units.
Yeah. Also, it doesn't really care about the skewer back potential in the laning phase, and Phoenix is also a GH classic. I want to say he's like the first guy to really make this hero look good in Pro Dota. So I mean, we're talking like 8 or 9 years ago, right? But he's a really, really good Phoenix player.
And that's at the time that it was being played mostly pause 4. Now we've actually seen more Phoenix pause 5, if anything. So we'll see.
Yeah, it makes sense. I mean, you don't really need that much on this hero. I think you can, like, regardless if you're 4 or 5, you can farm. You can get your shard from the Tormentor, and then you're good to go pretty much. So definitely like.
I feel like it's a little bit of a change, with, like how good people got with Phoenix. It used to be like, man, I need a halberd, I need a Yules, I need something to stop.
Phoenix first bit,
people are so much better at like playing with high ground vision and like maybe even Mars Arena, and make it so that you don't need as many items to protect yourself when you're in the egg.
Yeah, I remember when the Phoenix first became popular, like a long time ago. It was all about, I need to farm my Shiva or I need to farm my Halberd, like you said. Or, and then it's just people realize it's not about the items you have. It's kind of like
Phoenix
the
first
team,
bit,
the composition.
you have. As of
something that we haven't seen as much lately is
Phoenix
Mars.
first bit.
Phoenix has actually become so good on its own that you don't even need that arena protection anymore. However, you can still go for it. They go in for the Alina, which is high nuke damage, high magic damage in general, and also another counter that they could have picked on Beast Coast.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, Lina is traditionally one of the better Phoenix counters, for sure. I do wonder what they're going to do with it, though. Like, is it going to be the 4 Lina? We saw Crit run it twice earlier today.
Yeah.
Which has been, I think it makes sense. Like, it's a pretty good hero as a support, actually. It's a good laner. Yeah. You just get the Aether Lens, and you can sit back and throw out, you know, a bunch of LSAs in the fight. Because my thing is, I know Lina is a good core right now from the mid lane, but Magnus is typically one of the harder matchups. Like Lina, he really hates this, you know, hard lockdown. You can't play BKB against Magnus, and then you're so squishy, right? You rely so much on your fast movement speed and your mobility.
Now I'm Magnetic. Now I'm Magnetic. Shedding is all you.
But you couldn't really find it now. With those rocket flares, you can find Lina as well. I think maybe this is kind of the issue. Like, this Lina forces out so many picks now against it. So now you see these two. I feel like in my head it almost has to be Lina 4 now.
Yeah, I think so. I mean,
Lina 4 don't matter. Lina 4 လို့ပြောကျွန်တော် Lina 4
right? I feel like already being somewhat countered and
ပြီးရင်ဒီကောင်လေးလောချစရာလည်းဘာမှမပါရင်ပိုဆိုးသွားလိမ့်မယ် Lina 4တဲ့ Phoenix 4လိုက်ပြီးရင် fight ကိုအဲ့လိုရှေ့ကနေ
looks kind of scary for me right now.
နေပေးမဲ့ကောင်မျိုးပစ်တာကောင်း
That's something you kind of like playing into a hero that doesn't really love that magic damage. So Lina, very good mixed damage hero, almost puts either carry or mid Lina back on the table, more so mid Lina, but just another hero that you can kind of eviscerate in these fights. But as a support duo, Phoenix Lina, is that too much to be exposed? I mean, you only have one stun between those two, really, and it's not exactly reliable.
Yeah, I mean, it depends on what you get to pair with it.
Mars တွေပါလာမလားမသိဘူးလား Phoenix Lina ဆို Mars ကတော့ကောင်းတယ်ရှေ့မှာနေပေးမဲ့ကောင်းတယ် Mars တော့ကြိုက်
if you don't
အဲ့ဒါ combo လေးရ
or something, it's gonna look weird. Like if you go for gyro or something, I'm not the biggest fan. But yeah, the Magnus looking really good right now for Nigma. You know, combined with Phoenix, Lina, they need the stuns, like you said. It's also pretty good against the clock and the Muerta.
ဒီမှာကြည့်လို့အဆင်မပြေဘူးဆိုရင်ကျွန်တော် YouTube မှာတော့ရှိရနော် bro YouTube
sorry, I meant Mars
မှာကျွန်တော် live လွှင့်တာ
there we go.
ဒီမှာကြည့်လို့အဆင်မပြေရဲ့လူတွေ
also kind of deters it from being a carry Muerta.